What is up guys, it's Troy at The Full Setup back with another review for you. Now today we're going to review something that I don't review very often, and I certainly do not think I review one in a while, and that is a gaming headset. Now this is the E900 by EKSA. It's a headset which is available for £35. It's got a really nice sound to it for the money, and it also comes with this fantastic little noise cancelling microphone. They also do a Pro version which is available for not much more, about £10 or £15 more. That also has a USB port as well as the 3.5mm cable, meaning that you can use 7.1 surround sound on the PC and also I think on the PlayStation 4. And I know what you're thinking, you're going to look at this and go, that looks like a HyperX Cloud, and that's sort of why I wanted to review it, because the Cloud range isn't too expensive, you know, between £55 and £100, but to some people that's a lot of money, and I wanted to see if this £35 alternative that is built extremely bloody well. I mean, this is a really well built headset, as you see in a second. I want to see, is it worth the money? Is this something that you should go out and buy? And you're going to find out later on in the video. So we're going to go in for an unboxing in a second. We're going to do some sound tests. We're also going to do some microphone tests for you as well. And then I'll come back at the end of the video with my final thoughts and feelings and pros and cons of this headset. So let's get this unboxed then. Now, before we start, I am going to have to apologize. This little desk, this wobbly desk that I've been using for the last month is soon to be replaced in the next week, and this is going to go in the girlfriend's lad's room. I'm going to set them up like a little sort of gaming desk with a monitor and stuff, and I've just been gluing some RGB strips onto the bottom because I'm just used to cheap RGB strips falling off, and I've got super glue sort of here and here. I've got to the point I don't want to put any more white spirit on my hands because I'm a delicate little flower with sensitive little fingers, so yeah. You're going to use that. You're going to dirty fingers. Yeah, damn right, I've got dirty fingers. Anyway, we need to unbox the headset because I'm interested, because on the website it all looks very good. The reviews look generally quite good as well. I do know there's some metal in the build. So, you know, this is a £35 headset, but it's often going at a discounted price. I'm often seeing this on sale, or there's vouchers available, making this sort of almost, you know, quite often a £20 or £25 headset. But I'm going to base the whole review on that it costs £35. Now obviously we've got the logo up at the top here, not fully sure how it's pronounced. I'm going with EKSA, almost pronouncing the K like an X, but I do generally always pronounce brands and names wrong, and we make a good joke about that, but hey ho. So we're going with EKSA, and then we don't want to say too much X, EKSA, okay? All right, got a gaming headset written on there, stating the obvious. E900, there's also an E900 Pro available as well. That one offers 7.1, as well as having the 3.5mm cable. So this is sort of a multi-platform headset that it works with everything that you could chuck at it. The other one also throws in the USB surround sound for PlayStation 4 and PC as well. 24-month extended warranty, you can get that as well. Over to the side of the box here, we have a sort of high-res image of the headset here. I'm not even going to hide away from this. It's definitely like a Cloud. Is it the HyperX Cloud clone? And then we've got the EKSA logo as well. Bring tech to game life. I would expect there would be some technology whilst gaming. Yes, I would expect that. Just a little thing that I would expect there over to the top. Just got the little handle for when it's going to be on a shop shelf. So it uses a 3.5mm jack, which you're going to see in a second, 50mm drivers, so I'm going to expect it to produce some sort of bass. Speaker impedance is 32 ohms, frequency range 20 Hz to 20 kHz. I'll take that with an absolute pinch of salt. How well it does down at 20 Hz is a whole nother ball game completely. Sensitivity of the microphone is 42 plus at 3 dB. No, minus 42 at plus 3 dB. So that's probably what makes it. I imagine that's what I'm saying. It's a noise cancelling microphone. I don't think it's probably going to have a very high recording level. I feel like we're going to have to boost it a little bit. Microphone impedance 2.2 kiloohms. Is that what it is? Kiloohms. Supply voltage. Why do we need to read that? It doesn't really, most people who are going to buy this don't even care. You don't even care. You want to know what comes in the actual box. So gaming headset, microphone, carry pouch, all this stuff we're about to see. It just ruined it really, didn't I? Why did you show me what's in the box? Why did you show me the package list? I'm here for the unboxing. I want to see what's in the box. So we have a slipcase with EKSA written on it. These nice little red tassels. Use that for what you want outside of gaming. If you want to cut those tassels off and do something with it, that's all down to you. A bag of tricks. So we have a look what's in the bag of tricks first. This is when you get that horrible rustling because I'm going to use noise reduction and it's like... So we have a fluffy microphone thing. This is going to obviously probably get rid of some of the plosives. Is it the plosives, the pups? The puppity-doopity pups? Pop-a-doody-pop. Then there is a cable here. So here you can see we have the adapter for using it with the PC. So one of these is going to be a microphone. It is labelled on there. You're not really going to see this on camera. So that is, one's got a headphone point on it, one's got a microphone, and that is for plugging it into your PC. You then have a detachable. So this is a detachable microphone, which is nice. I do like these flexi ones. That's one thing I've always liked about Razer headsets. I might not like the sound of Razer headsets, but I really do like these sort of flexible, being able to get it right in front of your mouth. Microphones. What else have we got in here? Pretty big manual. Plug it in. How to plug it in. How to plug it in. How to plug it in. Just plug it in. Basically, just plug the thing in. That's unnecessary. There is... but I feel we may have lost it. I've obviously already had a look in here. There is a little card as well that's like a warranty card, and you also get a free gift. Let's get all this shenaz out of the way. Just stuff everywhere. And here is the headset. It's light, very light. Initial impressions is that it's light. We've got the metal here, which is really nice. It's small. It looks a little small. Let me just put it on my head. Okay. So that is how far I've had to slide it down. And I've got quite a small peanut shaped head. You know, I've got a tiny little head. And I feel like, how much more have we got? Should we have a look? Oh, there's a bit of adjustment there. But I feel if you're one of these people where you've the whole life people have called you like a fathead or took the mick out of your head, I am sorry for you if that's happened to you, because it's technically maybe bullying or something like that. But if someone's always said, you know what, bruv, you've got a big head, these might be a pinch too small for you. I do like, yeah, it's nice cushiony here. They call it a leatherette, which means fake leather. Cushion here. There it is. Got the EKSA logo on the top. This looks really nice. Now at full extension out, this cable does look just a tight stretched. And you have got metal, and then there's plastic here. So I might unscrew that and possibly have a little look. I'll let you know in the pros and cons, because it's all well and good having the metal here, but if you've got a plastic connection here, you know, what's the point in the metal? Got this nice grill here with this sort of redness. Now on the pros, I do think this lights up. This thing lights up on the pros, but it doesn't on this standard one because we've obviously got no power coming into. Got the grill there, giving it the sort of open back look, but it's definitely not open back. If anything about this as well, there's just a chance of fluff and dust getting in them and them looking a bit dirty. Now the cushions are nice, they are comfortable. We'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. Not my cup of tea. I prefer the Velair soft ones, which you're not going to get at this price. I do have a little complaint here. You see we've got right and left. I hate seeing it on the outside. Just ruins the look a little bit, I think. I think it just, if you have a look at it there, just ruins the look a little touch. And then they've actually got them on the inside anyway. At least they've got them on the right side, because I've seen people do this before where they're written there and they're wrong. But yeah, the left and right, there's plenty of flex. Oh, had a little crack there, but I don't feel like they're going to break. See, look, that's what they're going to look like on you if you've got a massive head. But yeah, it doesn't really feel like it's going to break. Now the cable is nice. Cable is nice and thick. I would have liked this included cable to be as thick as this. That's my worry. That's my point of break. That's what I'm thinking is going to break way before this. Nice long cable. Does it say how long it is? Because I ain't going to measure it. No, I think I read from reviews. It's like 6 foot, a couple of meters. Nice long cable. You have got a little Velcro strap. Let's have a look at the jack. There you can see, is that a TRRS? Double R's. Then you have, this bit's weird. I find this weird, because it's backwards. So here you have the microphone mute switch, which is great. It's always good to have a little switch, just in case you're getting up to something you don't want people to hear you when you stream or stuff like that, or if your mum's just having a go at you. But then you have the volume. And I've always been, maybe I've got this wrong, maybe this is just a headset thing, but with inline volumes, I've always been like, you twist it up to turn it up, but on this one, you twist it down to turn it up. A little bit backwards, but there we go. That's just the unboxing. I'm going to tell you what I think of this headset. Now, one thing I forgot to show there in the unboxing is actually plugging the microphone in. I forgot to show you how to plug the microphone in. It's pretty simple. There's a little square on the end. There's probably going to be some B-roll footage. And then you just plug it in, push it in. And then there is a sort of little microphone logo on it here, but sort of where it concaves, where you feel it concaving. That is basically how you put this microphone in, and then you put your little fluffy thing on the end of it. And I've been using this headset for a few days now, and I'm really impressed. I'm massively impressed with this. I'd probably say at the beginning of the video, if there was anything that I liked about it, I'd be impressed, because I don't expect a lot for £35. I just don't. But I understand that's the max budget for a lot of people. Me personally, I actually always prefer to have just a good set of headphones, decent stereo imaging headphones. I'm not one for this virtual surround sound, any of that trickery. It's just not for me, but that's completely subjective. I always say that because I feel I knock that quite a lot. If that's what you're into and that's what you enjoy, then fair play. You know, we're all different. I just need to say, you know, sell my story on this, my story on the headset. So obviously we know it's sort of a HyperX cloud clone. It's pretty obvious, but the build quality is just really nice. The metal here is good. Like I said, I do feel that if you had a very big head, this might not be for you, but it fits very nice. The clamping is nice. The cushions aren't for me. They're definitely not for me. I don't like these type of cushions. I prefer the sort of velour or, you know, soft fit. They do sell soft cushions for these, and they also sell protein cushions, memory foam ones, which sort of, again, have this sort of leathery sort of texture to them. They come in at about £10. If you did want the protein ones, you might want to check out the price of the Pro, because the Pro comes with these. The headband on the top, super comfy, very comfortable indeed. I said the only thing is like I said, when you fully extend it out, I feel just that wire there. I don't know if you can see that there. There's just that, it feels like it's just pulling it a bit tight. Like that kink isn't quite where it should be, but there's lots of twist in this. Lots of bend, and I love that you can remove the microphone. You can buy a separate one of these for £5, which leads me over. We're going to do a microphone test in a minute, because how good can a microphone be to £5? They claim that it's noise cancelling. I wish these bits weren't plastic. These little plastic bits here, I'd pay like £2 extra for them to be metal, and I always find it weird when they're like, oh, it's got metal construction and it goes into something plastic. It doesn't make sense, but that's about it. Generally, it's been very good to use, but how does this gaming headset sound? For the money, good. For the money, it does sound good, but you know, it wouldn't be my choice of what I would use as a daily driver. Okay, I use the Philips X2 HR headphones with a mod mic. Those headphones retail for up to £200, but you can pick them up for £100. You know, the mod mic again that I use on it, the USB one, I think that's about £70. So if you paid full whack for it, that's a £275 headset. You know, I have to sort of cut this some slack, but the sound is very much like a lot of gaming headsets and gaming headsets under £100. My problem has always been that the mid-range is just recessed a touch. I almost feel like I have done on this as well. I sort of set an EQ, so like my mid-range is just boosted a little bit. I always find them to be a bit too boomy and bassy. There is plenty of bass there. So music-wise, you might say, well, you know you're not supposed to listen to music on these headphones, Troy. Why are you listening to music? Because if you make something sound good with music, everything else will sound good. It's just the way you do things. And dance music sounds very good. Red Lights, Gold Teeth, that's got some really nice deep sub bass in it, and my head was rumbling. These were rumbling on my head. But yeah, so dance music, rap music as well, sounds good. When you move into the rock music, which again is still bass heavy, the bass starts to get muddy. And that lack of mid-range, hearing the vocalist, if something's got some very good vocals on it, this just doesn't reproduce them, which then steps us over to the gaming. And I find that sort of where the mid-range, that sort of bit of lacking, this transfers over to games. So for first-person shooters, it's really good headset indeed. You can hear all the separation, you can hear the footsteps, there's plenty of bass and rumble. I really enjoyed using it on Battlefield as well, sort of with the way that music gets quite intense when the maps, you know, everyone's coming close together and it's near the end of the map. So I can hear, I have no problem there, you know, it's finding where my teammates are. They're probably quite annoyed at me at the moment because I'm making a YouTube video and I should be helping them out. But there is a but. Where I find that this is a bit lacking is if that you don't just play shooters. So, you know, your Apexes, your Fortnites, your CODs, you're not just a hardcore shooter, you know, into your shooter games. If you really like to play the open world games or very cinematic games, so like Witcher and Tomb Raider, if you play a lot of games like that, then this is where that headset struggles a little bit. But again, anything in this price range is going to. If you just mess around with your EQ, if you boost that mid-range just a touch, it is a much better headset. That's something that I would recommend. It's something I'm going to feed back to them as well. Plenty of rumble. Like I said, the highs are nice. You do find sometimes if the volume's turned up just a bit too much, they do become a little bit bright. They're a bit bright sounding, but other than that, they're absolutely awesome. I'm going to stop waffling about their gaming performance because I actually want to play this game. So we are just doing a microphone test because they claim this is a noise cancelling microphone, but it's an omnidirectional microphone, which I have never associated with being a noise cancelling microphone. Generally, they would be a cardioid pattern, like on the mod mic. You do lose a bit of sound quality, but you can switch that one to cardioid, and that is what a lot of people call is noise reduction. Me, on the other hand, is I'm thinking that this microphone is not very sensitive, and that is why they're giving it a noise cancellation standard, because you can see here, there's going to be some screen footage of Audacity. I am currently set at max gain on Audacity, and I have boosted it plus 10B as well in control panel. Now, I haven't tested this out on the Xbox One upstairs to see if, you know, you have to boost the microphone a little bit more, but I had no issues with people hearing me on the Switch. I had to turn the mic up at a couple of games. The sound on the Switch as well was pretty good through these headphones. Only issue being that the Switch doesn't have the best sound output anyway. That was all I'd say. It was just like it was lacking 10 or 15% of the volume that I wanted, but that's Nintendo's problem, not EKSA's problem. But yeah, this is just an audio recording test as well. I was thinking of testing with RTX voice, but the gain is so low. We've got such a low input coming in on Audacity. I really don't think there is any point in me doing it. And for £5, I can fully recommend this mic. I love that we can just move it around. So this is it now, right close up to my face. It's not even moving. And then this is it a little bit further away. So that's just a microphone test for you. So there was the review of the EKSA E900. Then I'm going to put this down for a second. What do I think of it? Pros and cons, thoughts and feelings, all that sort of shenaz. Should you buy one? I tell you what, if you're on a budget, if you want to spend less than £50 on a gaming headset, I would definitely go out and get that one just because of the build quality. The build quality, I would go out and get it because, like I said, you're only going to get so much sound for your money. You know, and like I said, for me, yeah, it's not something I'm going to game with every single day, but that's just because I have a higher end pair of headphones that I use. That is the only reason. Would I be annoyed using that? You know, if my headphones broke or if I was taking it to a friend's house, or now that I've got the new setup, you know, I might want to, you know, they might be plugged in doing something else, and, you know, I'm more than happy to use them. These have actually gone to my girlfriend's son, who, that's where I said with the Xbox upstairs, he's been using them for the last few days now. And I did ask him, can people hear you on the microphone? But he does tend to shout, especially at Fortnite anyway. He said he's had no issues with anyone hearing, speaking to his dad as well, because they play Fortnite together a lot. Everything sounds sweet. Everything sounds crisp. So yeah, the microphone quality was real good, to be fair. It's better than this. Big pro on that. Like I said, just that mid-range, it needs a little bit more pump, but then I think that's a notoriously gaming headset thing anyway. That's why you see a lot of people, you see a lot of these streamers, YouTubers, they all push you towards, is it the DT990s? Because they have a very transparent sound. You can sort of hear everything that's going on, but then again, they're bass heavy, which is why people prefer the DT990s by Barodynamic over the 880s for gaming, but then the 880s are better for studio because the bass is a bit more recessed. I'm sure some audiophiles going to come in and be like, you're wrong there, Troy. It's a big argument between the DT880s and 990s, but that's why a lot of people go down that route, because that is something that just notoriously affects gaming headsets. But sound wise, it is very good. Like I said, if you just mess around with your EQ a little bit, just bump it in the middle, and it sounds so much better. The build quality, I've probably already said a whole bunch of times, solid. Real solid build quality, the fit and comfort, everything is fine. Like I said, there in the video. If you've got a really big head, these might not be for you. But then if you're thinking about buying them for a child or a teenager or something, a 7-year-old has been wearing these absolutely fine, and he says they're super bloody comfy. I mean, I should probably get a video of his gaming setup to show you, because he's had all my old stuff, and it made me think, you know, the other day, 7-year-old me, and I'm not blaming my mum, this is just how it was, you know, I was sat on a carpet in front of a tiny little TV that probably come out of a friend's attic, going absolutely mad because I'm playing Crash Bandicoot, Tekken 2, what else, Cool Borders, you know what I mean, on the PlayStation. I didn't even have the analogs, didn't even have the joysticks back then, man. The DualShock controller wasn't out when I first started gaming. You don't know how lucky you guys got it these days. Got it super lucky, but yeah, I can fully recommend this headset. Obviously, I've only been using it for sort of like, what, like a week and a half, so, you know, that build quality I'm talking about will have to come down. But then the good thing is, this is in the use of a 7-year-old daily, so please do ask me. If you're watching this video in a few months' times after I've uploaded it, please do ask me, because I'll be able to tell you exactly how he broke it, because he goes through so many headsets. It's getting a little bit stressful. Anyway, there should be a link in the description below where you can buy this. It really helps me out if you use my affiliate link. If you have any other suggestions, because to be fair, I do want to start reviewing more headsets, especially mic quality. Mic quality is what I want to look at. If you have any headsets, whether it's a budget or a brand name that you want me to review, let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe.